My name is Angie, and today we are going to be talking about positive thinking. Today we're going to go over what positive thinking is, how it is helpful and unhelpful, and how we can use positive thinking in our everyday life. Let's talk about what positive thinking is. For me, positive thinking is how people think about themselves and others and what they say to themselves during certain situations. Kendra Cherry, a journalist for Verywell Mind, emphasizes the power of positive thinking and on the power of positive and negative outlook on life. She says that positive thinking isn't about ignoring or avoiding the bad things, but trying to make the best of them, seeing the good in other people, and viewing yourself and what you do in a healthy and welcoming manner. She also describes pessimistic people and optimistic people. She says that optimistic people are more likely to use positive thinking as a way to make themselves feel good and make other people feel good. Whereas pessimistic people think about the negative things in life and how negative the world is and calculate the world such as that. How is positive thinking helpful? Having a positive outlook on life has decreased the likelihood of heart attacks by 5 to 25 years in people with a history of heart disease, says the Johns Hopkins Medicine. Now let's apply this to current events. For instance, let's talk about how positive thinking has impacted how we view things during the COVID pandemic. According to an article by Morat and Abdurrahim, positive thinking reduces the stress in sick patients. This goes in line with what psychology deems the theory of body and mind. Body and mind theory describes that if we think positively and if we associate positive things with ourselves, our body will be good and healthy, whereas if we are negative about the world, we will be less likely to take care of ourselves and we will go into a health decline. Now let's talk about how positive thinking is unhelpful. We go back to an article from the Mayo Clinic describing how people blur the lines between what they understand positive thinking to be and what negative self-talk is. Mayo Clinic describes negative self-talk as having the following traits: filtering, personalization, catastrophizing, and polarizing. Filtering describes when a person makes a big deal out of a small thing. Personalization describes when a person goes through a situation and feels like it is all their fault or that they have all the responsibility of things that are out of their control. Catastrophizing means thinking the worst of a situation and having a negative outlook on things. Polarizing is similar to catastrophizing, but saying that negative things will always happen and it'll always follow the same trend. Now let's talk about how to use positive thinking in real life. We go back to an article from the Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic describes positive thinking as having the following attributes: identifying areas of change, checking yourself, being open to humor, following a healthy lifestyle, surrounding yourself with positive people, and practicing positive therapy. Identifying areas of change. We as people are likely to make mistakes and learn from them, hopefully. If we identify areas of change, we will be able to move on to deal with situations in a better manner. Checking yourself is also important because this means that we take time out of our day to think about our thoughts, to either invalidate them or validate them, and think about how those thoughts and how we act affect others. Being open to humor is also important because if we laugh about things, then that'll make us feel better. This goes back to the psychology theory of body and mind. How if we think positively, we will feel better and our body will be in good health. following a healthy lifestyle. Following a healthy lifestyle is important to positive thinking because if we can take care of our bodies, that means that we will feel good about ourselves and in turn think about ourselves in a positive and gentle way. Second, surrounding yourself with positive people is also important because if we confide in people who we feel validated in, that'll help us feel more confident and feel more trusting and in turn feel good about ourselves. Lastly, practicing positive thinking. Positive thinking is a process and it takes time. Therefore, if we do positive thinking more often, it'll become second nature to us, and we will learn how to do positive thinking without actually, without actually being full into it. It'll be intentional, and it'll be easier for us to do in real life. In this presentation, we talked about what positive thinking is, how positive thinking is helpful and negative, and how to use positive thinking in our daily life. Thank you.